mixed up our Terra Sig at the beginning. And a few things I should add to all of that. First is not all Terra Sig is created equal. So if this formula doesn't work well for you, there's a bunch of others out there that just might. So try different ones. Second thing is don't rush them once you mix them up. Again, 3 hours is the minimum with this one, this Terra Sig that I do, but a lot of them you need to wait 24 hours or at least overnight. So don't be in a big hurry to pour off the top water. You're going to pour out more than you actually end up keeping. A typical batch will make a full jar of this plus a little bit more. And this guy, every once in a while, I will shake up, but even in here, there's going to be some settling at the bottom. But I'll mix some of that into it because I don't mind a little extra of the clay. It has a tendency to make it look just a little bit more satin and a little less shiny, which I like. But if you want super shiny, the best way to accomplish that is actually to take the very thinnest of the material. So this guy, I've already burnished the bottom. And now I'm going to burnish the top. And I always just set a towel down. And that way, when the Terra Sig rolls down and touches the wheel head, it doesn't stick and make the pot stick. And this is close enough. You don't need to really center it perfectly. You just need to be able to get the brush on there well. So we mixed this guy up a little bit. And I made this batch probably a week ago. All right. I like these brushes. They apply a lot. They're great with glaze too. And what I watch for here, two things. One, I don't want it on the inside on this pot. I want that to be matte. This pot's going to go all black. I want the outside to be a shiny black. I want the inside to be a matte black. But I watch also for any drips. And if it starts to drip, then I would stop and I would just get rid of it by brushing it away. Otherwise, it will leave a noticeable line, which doesn't always matter, but it just depends on how you finish it. Sometimes that shows. So here we go. We've just added a nice thin coat, and you can already see how shiny it's getting. And that's a good sign. So I bought these at a superstore, and they're in the automotive section. But anything that's kind of a soft terry cloth sort of feel will work. Anything you would use on your car is going to work well. Okay, here we go. So I've only waited a few seconds. Now I'm just going to start rubbing. And look how shiny that is. That's perfect. Just what I'm looking for. All right, I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to do the next one. Now this guy, obviously I can't set it down like this because it's a bottle. This is a chuck I threw. I still have not fired this, but it doesn't matter. It would still work. But when I went to set this in, when I go to set this in, the top of the bottle is touching the wheel head and it's not resting in here. So that's not going to work either. So I take another one. I also have not fired. I rest it up on top. Now, if I was really worried about this flying off, I could add chunks of clay here, but I'm not. I would turn that over and set it in. Now, I have the option of laying cloth in there if I want to protect it from this clay. I'm not worried about that. I'll clean it up at the end. I'll see if it needs to be burnished a little bit more where it's touching the chuck, but I think it's going to be just fine. So now what I'll do is I just generally want to be towards the middle. I don't need to level this or anything else, But if I do get it closer to level, as if I was going to trim it, then I'll find it easier to get that line brushed on. That's not too bad. We'll take that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to keep my wheel speed pretty reasonable. And I take a lot of the Terra Sig off the brush before I start putting it on to the pot, simply so I'm less likely to have running. There we go. Already beginning to show a little bit of shine. Now, the other way to get this shine is to simply burnish. And the classic way of doing that is to take a smooth stone, put a little oil on it, and just rub the pot. And if you do that, it will do a beautiful job. The nice thing about doing that is it's always perfect if you do it that way, versus Terra Sig, where you can certainly get lines. When this fires, we're adding this new clay surface to a clay surface. Sometimes we'll get these little lines around, and they'll actually make it look like the pot cracked. But in reality, it's just the Terra Sig that cracked slightly, that had a stress line, stress fracture. So if you want perfection, do it the old school way. The downside to that way is simply that it's going to take you hours. And if you throw very complex forms, you're going to find it very difficult to work that stone around transition points. But that's the way the Native Americans did it. And it is a beautiful look, and it works really well. And again, I said this earlier, I think, but anytime I do pit fire, stagger fire, horsehair, all black, always do this finish. And if you want it a little bit more satin, you go a little bit particle heavy. This mixture right now is pretty watery, so it's going to end up a little shinier. Look how that looks. Okay,